friends, and welcome back to this Self-Love Tea. If you're new here, my name is Renee Love. I am the CEO and founder of Modern Day Wise Woman, which is an online selfless school and coaching practice. And here at this channel, we talk about all things self-love and energy medicine. It is so good to be back here with you guys. It has been almost a month since we did our last tea or our last self-love masterclass, and I have definitely missed you all so much. At the time that this video is airing, we are in the year 2020. It is June, and it has been a tough year for so many of us in so many ways. On a global level, we have been dealing with the coronavirus pandemic. We have been dealing with being in lockdown and quarantine and the slow reopening of our cities and our communities and our businesses. And we are in the midst of the Black Lives Matter revolution that is taking place right now. And beyond that, there is so much more that we are all dealing with on an individual and a personal level. So many of us are just doing our best to get through this and to not let ourselves fall apart or fall way to the bottom of the list, which I know is incredibly difficult during normal times, never mind the most difficult of times. So I really wanted to come out here really for you. I wanted to remind you of two very important things that you do not want to lose sight of. The first is that as you go on throughout the year doing your best to take care of yourself and others, remember to accept things for what they are. We talk a lot about acceptance here, and acceptance is a very big self-love principle, but where I want to focus today is on not resisting things, and not resisting things is about not being in denial about the way things actually are and what is actually happening. When we're going through difficult times and it's incredibly painful, it is natural for us to want to look the other way or try to not see things for what they are. We look the other way in our relationships with our partner, with our friends, with our business colleagues and partnerships, maybe with our clients or the people that we service. We don't accept things for what they are, and we try to see them the way we wish they were, if that makes sense. And all that does is it delays the process. It delays the stuff that really needs to come to the surface and be dealt with from being dealt with. It's kind of like trying to put a Band-Aid on something that is infected. If it's infected and you put that Band-Aid on top of it, it may look like it's taken care of for the moment, but really that wound is going deeper and deeper and deeper. And if you are not dealing with it, not only are you going to have to deal with it later, but chances are it's going to be way messier, way more difficult, and way more painful to deal with. The damage and the cost, the loss, is probably going to be way more as well. So you got to accept things for what they are. You got to accept people for who they are. You got to accept what's happening in your business for what it is, or what's happening in your workplace for what it is. You have to accept what you're seeing in the world for what it is, and stop trying to pretend it's not what it's not, or see it as something else, okay? It's just gonna create more pain, is what I'm saying. So face the things you need to face. Face them head on. As difficult as it may be, I know it's not easy. But I'm giving you the path that is going to give you the best outcome with the least amount of struggle and the least amount of suffering. Accept things for what they are. Accept the people in your life for who they are. When someone shows you who they are, believe them, as Maya Angelou said. You know, that's one of my favorite quotes and one that I reference a lot. Okay. The second thing is one that we talk about a lot here, which is just understand that you're 100% responsible for your life. You are 100% responsible for your life, not your husband, not your wife, not your friends, not your family, not the people who love you as much as they say they love you. It's you. It's entirely up to you. And what that means is it's important that you think about what you really want and stop only thinking about what everybody else wants, what everybody else needs, what you have to do for this and that and for those other people. Because if you don't, you will look back on your life 5 years from now, maybe even 2 years from now, and you will be filled with regret about the choices that you made because you put yourself last or you didn't even factor yourself in at all. I see it all the time in my coaching practice, and I myself have had moments where I have reflected and asked myself, why did I do that? Or why didn't I just do that? And it was because I was too busy trying to be who I thought other people wanted me to be, or just thinking that the people in my life or other people around me or my relationships were like that I had to do things or invest more in that than I needed to invest in myself. Okay? So I've been there. I know what that's like. I see it all the time in my practice. You have to make yourself happy. You are responsible for your own happiness. And I know during difficult times like what we are facing right now, it's easy to forget about that because we get purely into survival mode. And for those of us that are healers and caregivers, we're so busy trying to do everything for everyone else. You have to think about yourself right now. You have to think about what you want and where you want to be and where you're going, and start to focus your energy and attention on those things. It doesn't mean that you can't love your husband, your wife, your kids, your family, your friends, all the people in your life that truly are a part of your life. It simply means that the time has come for you to do you. You got to do you now. You got to do you. 2020 has been an awakening, and it has been awakening for all of us on a global level, and also in a community and cultural level, and also at an individual level. This is your wake-up call. What do you want? Who do you want to be? What do you want to do? You've always known. You know. It's always been there. So it's about no longer being afraid or in delay or in suspense of being that. Being unapologetic, something we talk about a lot here. So these are the things that I feel you need to hear right now. And if you feel like I'm talking directly to you, it is because I am speaking directly to you. Because we are one, we are more alike than you may realize. Sometimes it feels like we're going through it on our own. But what I want you to understand is that if you're going through it, it means that there are others going through it. And when you connect in a space like this, where we are like-minded individuals, you know that we're one and the same. I hope that didn't sound too confusing. My point is the self-love journey, the experiences that we have, they are in many ways universal. They might look different on the surface because we're different as individuals, but fundamentally at its core, we all have the same things that are important to us in life and the things that we want to experience and feel and accomplish in our lives. Go for what you want. So many of us are afraid of being selfish. And at the cost and the worry of being selfish, we end up being selfless. And what we know in 2020 is that selflessness isn't something to be celebrated, because in healthy, whole relationships, there is no need to be selfless. Instead, we want to be self-full, right? So anyway, my friends, I could go on and on, but this is where I want to leave you, is how can you be more yourself? See your life, the people in your life, your place of work, your world for what it is. Stop pretending. Stop trying to see it differently. Stop only looking at people based on their potential and not what they actually are or who they are in the moment and what they are doing right now. Stop putting yourself so far in the future and not dealing with what's in front of you right now. Be here, be now, deal with what's going on right now, and then think about what you want and go for it. Be that, be yourself. You are 100% responsible for yourself, for your happiness. And now is the time. Now is the time for you. No more waiting, no more sitting around, no more holding yourself back, no more worrying about what other people are gonna think, no more trying to do backflips and all of this craziness to try to keep people in your life that don't deserve to be in your life, that don't show up for you, that aren't there for you, that aren't in alignment with you. Do you, be you, and be you unapologetically. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and the like button, so I know if this is the kind of thing that you find valuable and you want to hear more of. Can't wait to be with you again in the next tea or the next self-love masterclass.